Yeah. Y'all know what it is, man. DK and Star Wars Boxing Perspective podcast, man. This is our first episode.
And today we will be covering the top 10 greatest fighters of all time from our perspective. And understand, this is subjective and objective from where we stand.
Yeah, so just to let y'all know, again, this is from our perspective. So nothing is definitive, nothing is definite, man. This is just from our perspective. Former boxers, man, who used to do this thing and know a little bit of thing about this. So he has a list and I have a list. We're going to take our time and we're going to go over this list and break down some angles of why we think some of these guys are some of the best or the greatest of all time.
And keep in mind, this is not in correct order, okay? So when I say these 10, number 3 could be number 10 and number 2 could be number 5. I'm just saying collective, right? Our favorites. Starting with...
Who you want to start with?
I want to start off with Ezzard Charles.
Ezzard Charles, okay.
Yeah.
All right, give me a little bit about Ezzard Charles. We may not have all the ins and outs of these fighters or why they're the greatest. Again, it's from my perspective, but we're going to give you a little or something that we know about this fighter.
Well, as I study Ezzard Charles, I know that certain fighters in the modern day time, like James Toney, copied his style along with other fighters. Okay. So I had to always go back and I watched James Toney's style and I watched his interview on the mic and who he studied, why he do what he do. So I definitely chose Ezzard Charles.
Okay, all right, Ezzard Charles is number one on the list. Now, I'm going to go to my list. Well, y'all know what it is, man. All Lee. I had to put the great All Lee on there. You know what I'm saying? The great All Lee. Now, I give All Lee one of the greatest of all time because me being a former boxer and knowing my strengths was to stay on my toes and box. Box, pop your jab, be elusive. You know what I'm saying? Be elusive, stay moving at all times. Keep your head moving, feet moving. I love that style, and that's a style that I mimic that my dad, one of the greats, Danny Kite, taught me and showed me that Ali style. And then when I looked at it, I emulated that a lot of my little stuff.
I totally agree, 1,000%.
Yeah.
We can't fail to mention Sugar Ray Robinson, my favorite fighter of all time.
Yes.
Believe it or not, Ali was the greatest, but my favorite fighter of all time was Ray Robinson.
Okay.
Footwork, jab, combinations, puncher, right? Yeah. Beautiful dancer. In fact, I watched a documentary to say, if you can make the perfect fighter, perfect speed, perfect balance, footwork, and power, who would you make? And they came Sugar Ray Robinson.
Okay. All right, Sugar Ray Robinson is his second. I'm going to look at my list. Now, this guy is an older guy, and this guy is similar to All Lee. And this is where All Lee, from what I hear, the factual, All Lee and Sugar Ray Robinson got their style from this guy, Jersey Joe Welcott. Shout out to Jersey. You know what I mean? All you guys from Jersey, man, y'all got a jewel in Jersey Joe Welcott. They called Jersey Joe a journeyman. I couldn't believe it. They called him a journeyman.
Wow.
And he was beating some of the greatest. He dropped Rocky Marciano. He dropped Joe Louis. You know what I mean? Beat Ezzard Charles, right? Beat Ezzard Charles. So Jersey Joe is my second one, the greatest of all time, one of the greatest of all times. I also like the Jersey Joe style because of his head movement, his slick head movement, the way he could bait you in and set you up. He set a lot of people up, man, and boom, and knocked them out.
Okay, stepping up. One of the most defensive of all time, Willie Pep.
Willie Pep.
Beautiful. They said he was one of the guys who went through a whole round without getting hit and won that round. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Yeah. I like
Willie
that.
Pep. So go back and study Willie Pep if you're not familiar, but one of my favorites as a boxer historian as well.
That's right. So if you're not familiar, go check out Willie Pep. All this stuff we're doing, when we give y'all this information, please, if we don't have it, go do the do the research on some of these people because they are older fighters that we may mention that y'all may not have heard of. And if you get the time, just YouTube them. You know what I mean? These are some of the greats that set up for some of the greats that we have today. So go get a chance, check them out. Willie Pep. All right, I'm gonna go with Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea, Parnell Whitaker. Now, Sweet Pea Parnell Whitaker is also a guy that I study. I study his footwork, I studied his movement, and I studied his slipping skills. One slipping skill in particular that I tried to bite is when he could sit in front of you and not be hit. Or make it difficult for you to hit him and he'll be right in front of you. Now, not only is he slipping your punches, now he's countering you too. So now when he slip your punch, he's making you pay for missing that punch.
And one thing we got to mention is the great Charlie Burley. If you don't know, he's from this Hill District, Charlie Burley. Now,
Hill District.
go and study the Black Murderers Row, okay? At one time, there's something called the Black Murderers Row, where
sir.
it's a big disenfranchisement for the black man. And there was one guy that the mafia paid to stay away from the greatest guy of all time during that time, which was Sugar Ray Robinson. And so he was a sparring partner. He made everyone look horrible in the sparring session, and they feared for him to go to Yankee Stadium to fight Sugar Ray Robinson, period, to upset him because the world knew he would do it, right? And that's one person everyone needs to go check out, Charlie Burley from this Hill District.
I'm glad he dropped that jewel, man. H.I., listen, he dropped a jewel on y'all. If y'all don't know, go and look up Charlie Burley, man. Our history is so deep, man. It's so rich, man. And, you know, that's what makes me proud for being from the Hill District, man, because, yeah, we got that rich history, man. Thank you, brother, for that, Charlie Burley. Now, I'm going to look at my list, and I'm going to go with Aaron Pryor. Aaron Pryor. So listen, it's another. I studied a lot of guys, man, and listen, I studied Sweet Pea before Aaron Pryor. I studied Holyfield, Ali, a couple guys I ran into that I studied. I actually looked at before I had to look at Aaron Pryor. Now, I'm gonna say this: when I looked at Aaron Pryor, this what made me really wanted to step my game up. Also, I got to give credit to my dad as well, Danny Kite. Shout out to Danny Kite too, man, because what he told me is what I seen Aaron Pryor actually do. My dad told me in a point of time when I was training, he said, listen, son, I need you can't throw no less than 4 punch combinations. Now, I'm used to a 1-2, a 1-2-3. That's what I was training under. 1-2, 1-2-3. 1-2-3-4, maybe sometime. But initially was 1-1-2, 1-2-3. My dad, no less than 4. I said, ooh, hold up. So now I had an opportunity to see Aaron Pryor. Didn't know nothing about Aaron Pryor. Oh, when I watched Aaron Pryor start, this man is throwing these combinations on angles. He's on a whole new angle, throwing 4 or 5 of them. So now when he come up, throwing 4, he's going down, he's dipping, he's coming back up on a whole nother side, throwing 4 or 5 more. So Aaron Pryor is definitely on my list of the top 10 greatest of all time.
Wow, I got to piggyback on a name I heard you say a few minutes ago, Sweet Pea Whitaker, Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker.
Yes.
He was one man who knew how to manipulate space in fractions of a second. You know, getting low to the ground.
Yeah.
Sometimes he had his hands low. Sometimes he rocked. Sometimes your hands up. Right, he can melt right in your chest to a combination, slide out from a southpaw stance.
Yes.
Slippery when wet. Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, one of the greatest defensive fighters of all time.
Rest in peace, man. Definitely. Sweet Pea. Okay, now y'all know this guy, man. You know, he say he's the greatest. He say he's the greatest of all time, man. I'm gonna go with the, the honorable Floyd Mayweather, man. Now, listen, Floyd have a combination of all those things that I was saying about, like an Ali, or the Sugar Ray Robinsons and Sugar Ray Leonard. He has a combination of all those guys. But the thing to me, and this is just from my perspective, that set him apart from a lot of them guys. They had defense, but this defense and this is the Philly shell. Shout out to Philly, the Philly shell, man. And my dad taught me that as well. But he perfected that Philly shell so great. So great. That defense that he pulled off, man, that's what put him up there to me and on my list is one of the greatest of all times. His speed, his footwork, his knowledge of the game, exercising, making sure that he ran. That's the most important thing I was taught in this game is that you have to run. You have to have the stamina to endure these fights. You have to be able to go the distance. You know what I'm saying? So he had a combination of all that, and then his defense just set him apart from a lot of people. So Floyd Mayweather Jr. is one of mine.
Guess what? I like that. Ironic you said Philly shell because that style actually originated in Detroit by the way of name of Georgie Benton.
Okay.
Who taught it to Blackburn. Also, on my list is James Lights Out Tony, right? Who didn't have the feet of Mayweather. Didn't have the speed of Mayweather, right? But he knew how to sit in the pocket and roll just off of that. So he put together a combination of Archie Moore style, Ezra Charles style, Jersey Joe Walcott style, and he was rolling. So he's another guy who got taught by Blackburn, right? Who got taught by Georgie Benton from that style that's originated in Detroit Then later on, it was taken to Philly.
Okay. So we stand corrected, man. They call it the Philly shell, but from what we hear, the knowledge of what my man is saying, this is coming out of Detroit, and Detroit got some greats too. Shout out to Detroit, they got some greats. You know what I mean? So this boxing thing is rich, man. It's all around the nation, man. You know what I mean? And we mentioned them from Detroit, from the Hill District to Philly. Listen, we got some information for you. So listen, I'm gonna go to my next one. Look at my list. Oh man, this guy here. They call him Marvelous. You hear the name. Marvelous. Marvin Hagler. Now, for me, Hagler, I'm going to go with southpaw. And then, to me, what really made me, really respect him, man, is that this guy was relentless. This guy, Marvin Hagler, stayed on top of you. And then, listen, a lot of people in this game don't like to be hit. The name of the game is hit and not be hit. Now, Marvin would hit and try not to be hit, but Marvin would get hit, and it's like he never got hit.
Like the Beast Maccabi, right?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. He's still coming. Marvin was getting hit with some, boop, he getting hit, and he's still coming. So, I love Marvin's endurance, and I love his relentless, man, his relentless pressure, man, on you all day. And he's a combination fighter. Hit hard, smart, all that. So, Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Yes, I love it. But speaking of Marvin,
okay,
we got to mention one of his rivals, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yes.
Okay, the second coming of my favorite fighter of all time, Sugar Ray Robinson, right?
Okay.
One of the most celebrated amateurs ever and professionals ever. Okay. Dazzling hand speed, foot speed, ring intelligence, ring generalship, jab, footwork. He knew how to manipulate space and fractions of a second also, and his timing was second to none, period. He knew how to make you miss a mid-air and throw a combination of 5 punches and be out the door. Yeah. I got to say Sugar Ray Leonard as well.
Yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard definitely on. He's one of my guys on my list too, but I'm gonna go to another guy. I'm gonna go to Diego Corrales.
Ooh, Chico.
I don't know if people are gonna agree with Diego, man, but I gotta put Diego up there, man, because and this stuff was short. I mean, he didn't really get the longevity that I thought he would. He would get a chance to. Unfortunately, his life was cut short, in a car crash, and he passed away. I was hurt. You know what I mean? But Diego again. And I'm just going to go to one particular fight to when he fought Castillo, man. What it took for him to come back and win that fight was a champion, man. This man was knocked out. For real, Castillo knocked him out. Now, they call it genius or whatever you want to call it, trickery or genius. He spit his mouthpiece out, which bought him some time to get up. If he don't do that, he is done. This man got up off that ground after getting that mouthpiece out of his mouth and knocked Castillo out. So, man, with that, I had to put Diego as one of my top 10 of greatest of all time, man. Rest in peace, Diego Corrales, man.
Guess what, right? One of my favorite, I can't say is everyone's favorite. This man was a freak of nature like nothing before. I remember when I was younger, I tried to mimic my style off of his because of my build at that time. This is way before I turned pro when I was an amateur. Was Tommy, the Hitman Hearns. This man was 6'3", 147. Started off at 140, went all the way up to 78, 147 pounds, freak of nature. When I see him knock out Roberto Duran, and then his jab, not only was it a pole, sometimes he'll loop it like a lasso, stick a pole, hook off of it with a right hand. Although he was in the toughest 3 rounds of all time against Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Marvelous. I
got to say Tommy the Hitman Hearns. And by the way, the biggest honor was when I fought inside Detroit, right? At the it was at the forgot the name of that venue in Detroit as a main event. I got a chance to meet my idol at that time, Tommy Hitman Hearns. No doubt. Absolutely great. I got to say him, right? Still one of my favorites. I go back and study on my day off. I say, I want to see some knockouts. I want to see a jab. Always go back to action-packed fights. Tommy the Hitman Hearns.
Tommy was bringing it, man. Tommy was that. I don't have Tommy on my list, but I should have had Tommy on my list, so I'm mad about that. But Tommy, man, listen, when Tommy knocked Duran out, woo! Listen, Duran gave Sugar Ray problems. Sugar Ray had to come back to that fight. Man, Tommy destroyed Duran.
Decapitated.
Oh my goodness! He put on as they say, he put on a boxing exhibition. He put a display on some boxing, like you said. He was moving, jabbing, combinations. Oh my goodness, body shots. He killed Duran. So listen, shout out to Tommy Hearns, man. Yes, one of the greatest of all time, man. Let me go look at my list and see who I got next. I had Charlie Burley as well. Aaron Pryor, Sweet Pea, Marvelous. Well, see, me and him got some of the same people, so he covered them guys, and I won't cover him because he did a great job of covering them guys. We have some of the same list, so I'm gonna say their name, but he already covered them. So Sugar Ray Leonard, great job, great fighter. You know what I mean? Sugar Ray Robinson, as they give the greatest of all time. Who I put up there. Who else did you cover too?
Charlie Burley.
And Charlie, he did a great job on Charlie Burley. I'm glad you said it than me, man, because you did a great job with that, man. And the Hill District and the world needs to know this. They need to know this because this is educational boxing that a lot of people do not know about Charlie Burley.
And you know what? I'm sorry. He actually mentioned something that's really, really important that he said to me before we started too, right? Different ages and eras, right?
Yes.
Now, I got to say one honorable mention also. I can't say of all time, but he's one of my favorites, right? Because he came out of time where it wasn't his fault. There wasn't a lot of competition, right? So he ruled for 9 years as Larry Holmes.
Okay.
One of the best jabs in the history of boxing, for my opinion. Yeah. Ali's jab was wonderful, but Larry patterned his style off of Ali's jab and one of the best ever.
Okay, yeah. And it's only our as we come to an end of this here episode, man, our first episode, man, DK and Star Wars Boxing's perspective. Again, this is our perspective. Nothing is definitive, nothing's defined. It's just coming from me and my man's perspective, man. Now, our opinion, who we saying is the top 10 greatest of all time. So we gave y'all that. Now, an honorable mention for me, I have to do it. It's on. We sitting down here in Marley's World Boutique. Now, the man just got a street named after him. So we're going to give it up to the honorable Charlie Daniels,
baby.
Charles Daniels, man. We got to salute him, who was definitely a pillar out here on the Hill District.
Olympian coach. Trained Michael Moore. People didn't know that.
See? Boom.
Yes. Trained Michael Moore.
Education again, man. So,
trained my uncle, Carl Jordan Sr., and my cousin, Carl Jordan Jr.
Yes. Shout out to Mr. Daniels, Charlie Daniels, man. That ends this episode of DK and Star Wars Boxer's Perspective. Listen, tune in, man. We got more stuff for y'all coming, man.
We bringing that sweet science heat, baby. From yours truly.